Well, I'm grateful for them being willing to take a chance on this new staff, right? That's what this is. My first season of baseball, I was 8 years old. It's one of those core memories. I remember my dad pulling in the driveway from work and telling me that he had signed me up for Little League Baseball and asking me, did I want to do that? And I said, yeah, I think I do want to do that. So from 8 years old to now, I'm about to turn 51, every single year has been dominated by baseball. And it was that ninth grade year where I sort of set my sights on, hey, I think I'd really like to, continue playing baseball at the college level. I'd never really thought about being a professional player. For me, it had always been about having an opportunity to play baseball in college. And so I was recruited by Davidson College. I was recruited by the University of Richmond. I was recruited by the Virginia Military Institute and Radford. Those were what actually wound up being my final four options, and then I landed at Davidson, which was a great fit. As I got into my junior year of college, started to think, you know what, maybe I can play professionally. Maybe there's an opportunity for me at the next level. When that season was over, I returned to Davidson sort of with the thought in the back of my mind that I would be going to spring training the following year. That fall, I got a call about an opportunity to be a pitching coach in a new collegiate summer league it's called the Coastal Plain League. It's going to be the first year that the league was in existence. When the call came and I was invited to come and be a pitching coach in Rocky Mount, I originally kind of said thanks, but no thanks. Like I'm going to go to spring training. I'm still playing. And one of my former teammates who was also on that same coaching staff with me at Davidson said, you know what, you probably ought to pick up the phone and call that guy back and tell him you're going to take that job. And I don't know that professional baseball is in the cards for you, but maybe coaching is. And that was when the transition started to happen. That hey, maybe I'm not destined to play this game for a lot longer, but there's the ability to stay involved with the game on the coaching side. So I coached that summer in the Coastal Plain League as a pitching coach. The next summer, I had the opportunity to be a head coach in that league. And that's when I really caught the bug. I was like, man, this is cool. You've got all this responsibility, the pressure that you felt when you were a player sometimes, which I always loved, that side of it you felt as a head coach. And it was really that summer in 1998 that I sort of said, hey, maybe coaching's for me. So I was in Durham with the Blue Devils from 2012. So obviously just a few weeks ago. But there were a lot of factors. I've always just had a strong affinity for the University of Virginia. I love this university. The opportunity to coach at a place that was so steeped in tradition. I mean, you look out there, was at 7 College World Series appearances since 2009. I was very familiar with just how strong the program was from a tradition standpoint. And, I was so impressed when I had a chance to interview at the commitment that Carla Williams was making to the UVA baseball program. In some cases, members of last year's team have decided that, going elsewhere would be a better fit for them. And we understand that. I support that. But in other cases, there were guys that were here that decided, you know what, I want to be back. I love this university and I love this program and this is where I want to be. And, we're grateful for them giving this new staff, a chance to be a part of their baseball journey. There's not any part of me or any part of our staff that feels like, this is going to have to be a rebuild. But for me, watching the roster come together over the last 4 weeks, my expectation is we're going to compete and we're going to compete to be in the NCAA tournament in 2026.